Hi there, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. I am Aaron. This is my movie library, and this is the eve of my birthday. So, birthday eve, we'll call that. Scream Factory made an announcement, and it wasn't a new title coming out. It was actually some titles that are going out of print, going out of commission. So we've seen this happen twice before. They announced later on last year of some titles that were going out of print. People fiercely went and grabbed those up. Then they announced the second list of titles that were going out of print. And now, hey Jay, welcome, man. Now they've announced the third list of titles that are going out of print. Hey Ricky, well, almost my birthday, not quite yet, birthday eve. So I'm not sure I can do a video tomorrow, so I wanted to do my birthday video today, just in case. I work tomorrow. So finish the NVIDIA Aero sale, nice. Hey there, Chris. I told you I was gonna do it. Hey, Weldon. So what we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to talk about a few things. But hey, Amy, my better half came back with my birthday card today, and I didn't think I was going to have anything to open up for my birthday, but she came with a Part 4 of the horror collection. Probably not tonight, probably tomorrow. But I had a Nintendo card in there, so I went out and picked up a new Nintendo game on the Nintendo eShop, and I grabbed. I went back and forth between Animal Crossing and Pokemon, Animal Crossing and Pokemon. I had to get Pokemon. I get Animal Crossing down the road. Hey B, welcome, man. B villain. So let's go over the list of stuff that they've announced that are going into print. So this is what I got here so far, because I know there's a Shout Select list as well, but I'll just mention stuff from Scream Factory. So these are ones that if you don't have them, if they're ones that you want, here are some that are going into print. Ones that I got, I can bring them over here, show it to you if the ones that you're interested in. Welcome, Alan. So we got Alienator going out of print. Candyman Farewell to the Flesh, that's the sequel. I knew you'd love Night School. See, I was right on that one. Good. I know my slashers. Exterminator 2 is going into print. From a Whisper to a Scream. So whoever picked that one up recently, thanks, Ready. That's going into print. Hey Emily, happy birthday, Emily. It's Emily's birthday today. I'm not to say that, right? I know it's your birthday today. You're an Aries like me. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is going into print. Hopefully you got some nice stuff for your birthday, even though we're all stuck inside. Phantom of the Opera is going out of print, the Robert Englund one. Poltergeist 2 and Poltergeist 3 are both going out of print. Perfect timing, Chris. Prison is going out of print. Supernova, I figure Prison was, because that's an early release from them. Supernova is going out of print. The biggest, one of the big ones, TerrorVision and Video Dead, which I gotta say, yeah, Scream Factory, another out of print list, Frank. TerrorVision and Video Dead is one that I do recommend you grab if you don't have it. And the Vincent Price collection 3 is going into print. Also, I think there's ones like Roadhouse and the Joshua Tree, and maybe I Come in Peace, something like that. One of those types. And Death Wish 2. Death Wish 2 is also going to print. So if you want to grab Death Wish 2 and get like both versions of that, you're going to want to get that soon. And that's what I have for the out of print list. So with that out of print list coming out, guys, is there anything you guys are thinking, okay, got to pick up, insert title from out of print list here before it goes out of print? Is there anything in particular that you guys don't have that you really want? Miami Blues, I forgot about that one actually. Thanks, Dwayne. Because I don't have the total list of the Shout Select, but I had the total list of the Scream Factory. Thanks, Retro. It's not my day, my birthday tomorrow. Thank you so much, because I might be on here tomorrow, but Emily's birthday is right now. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I got the Arrow edition of that one, so I'm good with the Invasion of the Body Snatchers one. But if you do not have a version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I'm not sure what the Scream Factory one's like. The Arrow one is excellent. But either way, if you live in North America and you've only got like a Region 1 player, get yourself Invasion of the Body Snatchers, because it is an excellent Philip Kaufman film. But if you don't have Terror Vision and Video Dead, that's a really big one. If you don't have From Whisper to a Scream, not only is that a great movie, but it's got a great documentary on it as well. Thanks, Frank. Does anybody here dare guess how old I'm going to be tomorrow? Yeah, that's the killer part. Once these things go to, just look at the stuff that look at any of those like things that go to print, like the Severin things or the Vinegar Syndrome things, and see how quickly they put them on there. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I'm gonna be 49 tomorrow. But Joseph, you pray the closest. So almost reaching the half a century mark, which I'm actually pretty proud of. A few years back, that would have been like super depressing. Nowadays, it's like, man, I made it like to almost 50. Holy crap! Go me. Never would have saw that coming. Turned 49 on April 18th. Right on. So are you? See how it's work. Are you Aries to them? I'm definitely young at heart. I just bought Pokemon, and I'm so excited. Tomorrow morning when I go to work on my work breaks, I'm playing Pokemon Shield. That's my work break plans. I'll have to drink now, yeah. I'm almost there. As long as my parents say it's okay. "42. See, that's not. You're super younger than me. You're like a child compared to me. Age is just a number. Now, if you don't have more to talk about the Scream Factory stuff, then we're going to end up like doing a horror collection and stuff like that tonight. But that's one thing that I had to talk about. When I saw that list there, I didn't do a video last night, guys. I was super tired, and I just wanted to I was so dragged out. It's just one of those, I have 3-year-old twins. Oh, you got twins? That's awesome. Twins are so cool. I have 2 kids that are different ages, but they're so alike that it's almost like that. They're twin-like. They are so, and yeah, I gotta say, my kids, I'm very proud of my kids. I was just talking to them tonight, actually. I got my birthday card, and I opened it up, and I had like a "Hey Cinematech," and had like a Nintendo card in there, and I haven't got a Nintendo game in a while, so I was like super excited. I'm a big like Nintendo guy. What Scream Factory would I watch? You mean the ones that are on the out of print list? Like, there's a couple good ones there. I gotta go to YouTube. Because I saw your link there, and I was gonna go on last night, but I was just, by the time I started looking at stuff, I was like, by the time I got ready to go in and watch stuff, I conked out, and I was like super tired when I got up this morning to go to work, because I work now from home, and that's all kinds of fun, guys. But I can't complain. The TNT Championship? Oh, yes. They need a mid-card. So let's look at the list again, Frank, and I'll let you know. I'll give you like top ones that I really think you should have. Terror Vision, Video Dead is excellent. Double feature. Prison, the artwork's not the greatest, but excellent like film. I don't have the Poltergeist ones, but they're good. They're the second one especially. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, if you don't have it, Philip Kaufman's, it's a classic. It's one of those where I think that the sequel, or whatever you want to call it, like is on par with the original. And From Whisper to a Scream, not only is the movie good, but the documentary on the film is actually excellent as well. And if you're a Death Wish fan, and you don't have Death Wish 2, yeah, the Shout Select version of Death Wish 2 is definitely the way to go. It's a little bit on the more sleazier side, but it's like definitely the way to go. Well, there's a lot there, depending on what you're in the mood for, really. Yeah, Phantom of the Opera. That should be in everybody's collection. That's Robert Englund, and it's a really good one. And it's like it's what could have been too, because that was almost kind of almost franchised. Yeah, there's so many good ones there. There's like so ones like Supernova, like and Alienator. They're not big, but they're fun watches. But if you're picking out like just like one or two, go for the double feature first, and then grab yourself from Whisper to Scream for sure, because that's a great release. And if you're a Candyman fan, even if you're not the huge fan of Farewell to the Flesh, it's not the best of the Candyman films. Obviously, that's the first one. I still find it like an interesting film. King of Ants. Oh, Stuart Gordon. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. And I don't know what's on Vincent Price Collection Volume 3, so I can't tell you anything about that. I've only got the first volume. As you can see, I'm wearing a coat down here tonight because it is cold. And yet, when I was doing the video day for yesterday, I was freezing my butt off down here in the movie library. So by the time my video had finished, I was seriously, I'd put on the kettle to make tea, and I was standing by the kettle warming myself to make that tea. I'm not even joking. So guys, you guys are quiet tonight, and some of you guys are leaving me already, and we're like only 11 minutes in. Where's the commitment, guys? Where's the commitment? Now, if you're getting tired of these like videos, those daily, every 2 day videos, let me know and I'll space them out even more. Yeah, the video I did 2 days ago actually had like took a long time to even like to hit 100 mark, which is really weird for my videos. So I said maybe people are getting tired of me. So I stopped. I was tired last night, but when I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, it hasn't even hit 100. I was like, yeah, maybe people are getting tired of it. So I try not to deluge with too much. I try to balance it a bit. So hopefully, I don't annoy you guys too much. So that's the honest truth about it. My favorite commentary track go-to for me right now is always, I love Narrow Margin. Narrow Margin, the original, the film noir set, has a commentary track with, I think it's William Friedkin, I'm pretty sure it is. Great commentary. I remember because I really like Narrow Margin. It's a great film noir if you've never seen it. I do recommend you check it out. The original, not the remake with Gene Hackman. Watch the original. And there's a really good commentary track with, I'm pretty sure it's Friedkin, because I watched the movie, listened to the commentary track, and then I listened to the commentary track again because I liked it so much. Anything with like John Carpenter and Kurt Russell together, those are usually pretty good commentary tracks as well. Anything Brian Trenchard Smith speaking on, he's really good. Frank Henenlotter too. That's another person to look for when it comes to like commentaries or just like Frank Henenlotter stuff. You see like that Sexploitation, the Frank Henenlotter documentary with David Friedman. Excellent, excellent stuff. Not a commentary, but I'm sure there's a commentary on there. My least favorite commentary track. It's hard to say, like early on, like, because the thing is, if I got one and I don't like it, I usually don't remember it. Commentary, Kim Newman. Oh, right away. That reminds me. Anything with Kat Ellinger, Heather Drain, Rachel Nesbitt, or Tri Haworth, I'm listening to. I will go to my way to buy movies, even if I'm not sure about the movies. I'll blind buy movies if either of those four people got a commentary track on there. So anytime, if I look at something and I see Kat Ellinger's name there, that's an automatic buy for me. If I'm on the fence, that'll put me over the fence. That'll get me to buy the film. Great question, by the way. Nobody's like really got into that, but like I really got to look into commentary tracks. I want to do up a list of of commentary tracks that I think are really good. That's actually that's a great idea. So thank you. Yeah, I don't normally remember commentary tracks that I don't like. That's the thing. So I can't really say which one like stood out as being bad. I did watch, what was it? I didn't know it myself, but was it I'm not sure if it was The Rings. It was a commentary. No, it was I think it was Blair Witch, and it was like the whiniest commentary. I couldn't I couldn't listen to all of it, but basically it was the guy complaining that the movie didn't do well, so we weren't going to get any more Blair Witch. so it was going to explain stuff. That's what I remember from that commentary. Now I didn't watch it all. Maybe it got better, but that's kind of the feel I got from the new Blair Witch commentary. So I'm not quite sure who that was. I think whoever the director of that film was. It didn't impress me. It didn't make me want to watch more of his films. The one, Blair Witch, was horrible, in my opinion, the new one anyway. But I'll watch Blair Witch Book of Shadows over either one of the other ones. And I've never been a big Blair Witch guy, but I can't remember who did the commentary for Blair Witch, but that stands out as one that kind of was cringy. Not sure if it was bad, it just made me cringe a bit. Is that it, Adam Wingard? Did you listen to the commentary too, Amy? So you can back me up on this one? Tom Mez does great commentaries on Japan. He does. Yeah. Sarah continues. Yeah, there's a really good commentary, Emily, on, God, what was it? It might have been Splatter University, actually. Splatter University had a really good commentary, if I remember correctly. And that was the Sarah continues. A lot of information from them on that one. Superman Quest for Peace. Put that one on Cinematech right next to Jason Goes to Hell commentary, because on that commentary, you got the director Adam Marcus saying, I was really young, I'm sorry, I didn't know what I was doing, I'll throw out the film. Or Joel Schumacher saying, this has been Batman and Robin, I apologize for this. This was a horrible film. There was a lot of studio interference. But yeah, those are fun. Sometimes commentaries on like really kind of badly done films. Leviathan has a fantastic cast. I watched Leviathan in ages. I got over there in the Scream Factory edition. I do recommend it. They did a really good job on it. Tim Lucas is the Mayor Bava guy, man, and he kills it. There are so many. We're so lucky to have so many good like commentaries and commentators out there right now. I downloaded Audacity onto my computer last night, which if anybody here, well, a lot of you guys here do videos. So I'm thinking, okay, eventually, because I want to get something for my Patreon. And I said, maybe I can do a commentary. Maybe that's something I can do. Because I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. I'm juggling a bunch of like 7 or 8 balls in the air, just trying to figure out so that they don't fall on the ground. So I said, maybe I can do like a commentary. So I went online and I checked out some stuff and said, okay, well, what do I use? So I downloaded Audacity to kind of start with, and I figure that will be good for when I'm doing like, it might help when I'm doing podcasts as well. I haven't heard any of the classic Media Godzilla commentaries. Like I've seen, like my oldest, she has like a bunch of those, but I've never listened to the commentaries on them. I did listen to a commentary on Gamera once, which literally was Gamera, and it was just like a lot of and like it was hilarious. That's what I'm thinking about Cinematech. Like, I just got to figure. I got to get the logistics of it all out. That's the killer part with that. I haven't listened to either one of those. I do have Sky High here, so I don't have any excuses. I don't think I have Versus though. Like I've seen it, but I don't think I picked it up yet. Not in like not in physical or even digital format, either one. Now, does anybody picked up stuff with any of the sales? Like MVD had the Arrow sale going on. Arrow had their own digital sale going on as well. So I really liked Hills Run Red, Chris. I would definitely recommend that film. It's a lower budget slasher, but the killer's design is really good, and I really like the look of Babyface. That's the killer's name. Definitely 100%. That's one I'm very interested in picking up too when it comes out. It's one of those movies that really it stood with me, and I had a friend that I worked with in St. John's, and he's a big horror fan. Like he gets masks made for him, and he's had a lot like personally made and customized. And he spent a lot of money on these, and one of the crowning things in his collection was the vinegar, that's not the vinegar syndrome that Emily said there, and I kind of lost track for a second, is the Babyface mask that he got. Yeah, he's got a really cool, really creepy looking Babyface mask. So yeah, I would definitely recommend The Hills Run Red. I really enjoyed that film, and I was really surprised it didn't get a sequel or more notice than it has. Even live film viewings. Good ideas. Picked up a few last week in Vinegars at the sale. See, I couldn't, and I was like, I was bummed about it at the time. I was on here. I was pretty bummed. But I'm getting the Al Adamson set and the April Vinegar Syndrome stuff. So I'm blessed and lucky to be able to get that. Oh, question. Anybody else here getting the big? Hey, Logan, welcome, man. Logan has the Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday sale. Totally jealous, Logan. Totally jealous, but it's awesome. And you're gonna get a bunch of box sets. So there's 3 more box sets coming out this year. There's a Mexican horror box set. There's 2 more Forgotten Jelly box sets that are coming out this year. So those are all going to be in your package. Oh, they do? Who have Where's in Canada? I just missed that. I'm sorry. Hey, Brian. Welcome, man. All right. Let's see what... Man, I'm missing a lot of messages there. Things are going fast. If I miss your message, I apologize. So check up your last message. I can't see your last message anymore, unfortunately. It's way up there. I'm hoping that the April package should ship from there. So I wasn't too worried about Vinegar Syndrome. One I was worried about was my Severance set. So I ordered the Ghastly bundle of the Ghastly bundle set from the Al Adamson set. So that meant I ordered the one that had the poster included. Anybody else order that? Order the Al Adamson set or any of the Adamson bundles? That's what my better half got me for my one thing she got me for my birthday. She was very nice to me this year. So I wanted that set, and I really wanted that poster because of, like I've mentioned many times before, that one of the people that autographed that poster is a very famous stuntman, and he's the face pretty much behind Brad Pitt's character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So there was a thing on there basically where they said, this is a very expensive set. If you're ordering the set or the bundle, we know people normally go for the freer shipping. If you can do it, we can't be eligible for, like, if something goes wrong. If you can go for the other shipping alternative, go for the other shipping alternative. You can email us, and we'll see what we can do for you. So my better half saw that online yesterday, and she emailed Severin Films, and she was like, I said, okay, well, I want this. This is a very expensive thing that's coming. That's weird. Make sure you're still subscribed to me, because sometimes that happens to me a lot of the time. I got to resubscribe to people, and I got to re-hit the notification bells and everything. YouTube is like horrible for doing that. And another way, like the video. If you like, when you like the videos, you tend to get more notifications for videos that you like, other than videos that you don't like. So if you hit like on the video, you should usually get a notification. That's one thing that I've noticed. I get whenever I hit like on a video, I usually get a notification from any time the videos come up. If I forget to hit likes every once in a while, then they go farther down in the list of videos especially if you watch a lot of different people. But yeah, so she contacted them. She said, okay, I want to make sure this gets here. This is a birthday present, and it's something that means a lot to my better half. Now it was a bit pricey, but she went with the priority shipping, which was the only other option that we had, and I think it cost like $32, like American, like so it costs a bit. So she paid a bit for that set, right? Over $300 for the set Canadian, and then $32 more for the shipping. Did anybody? So nobody else upgraded the shipping, or did anybody else upgrade the shipping, or did you already have your shipping upgraded to priority in the first place? I'd just like to know if anybody else did. With the T-shirt. The T-shirt is my least excited part about that set. Yeah, I did. The T-shirt, literally, I'm on. That's weird. That's YouTube. See, I told you. See, this is why, Alan. This is why I do super chats every once in a while. This is why I've got a Patreon, because YouTube, they like to screw me over. And I'm thinking that's why a lot of people aren't getting in. That's why I always go on now. I go on Twitter and I go on Instagram to try and let people know, okay, my videos are coming up. That way, you know, at least some people know and they can put the word out to let other people know that may not be on Twitter or may not be on Instagram. Instagram is always a good way to get me when it comes to stuff like that. And I do bonus videos on Instagram and on Twitter. To every once in a while, if I hear something and I can't make a full video on it, I'll just go on like if there's news, if there's like a sale or something's going into print, like the Screen Factory stuff, like I make the video on that. But yeah, I'll always put like, so Instagram, by the way, if you're not on my Instagram, always check there first. It's Charm007, pretty simple. That's the quickest way to find out, like if you don't see it. But always hit the notification bell so that you know when the videos are coming up. And hopefully, eventually, YouTube will get it all worked out. They don't right yet, but they'll get it all worked out. So did anybody go... Can actually... I hate when that happened. That happened to me once too. I remember I started over. I started over on Twitter before too, actually. I'm horrible with like passwords. That's my thing. I suck at passwords. Thank God to remember passwords nowadays. And I have my thing to like set up to remember my passwords because I'm horrible. But I'd say for now, I'd say, Brian, just hit the notification thing, and hopefully it'll come up. If not, just keep an eye out for other people suddenly coming on the channel. All right, so Emily here got the April package coming from Vinegar Syndrome. Since Emily asked about it. I think, Emily, that it is going to be coming from... hey, Scott, welcome, man. You missed yesterday, well, day for yesterday when I did my more snap cases, which you would have totally loved. Oh, excellent. Halfway package. Oh, you and Logan, Troy, got the halfway package. Nice. So that starts, does it start in June? So that wouldn't include, so that doesn't include RAD? You'd have to buy RAD separately, would you? Oh, I'm so jealous. Cinematech, I am, you know, London is my jam. That's my place, man. One of the cool things about moving to Morocco eventually is getting to London really quick. What do you think the June shipment's going to be? Do we know what the May is? Because there's RAD and when is the Mexican horror set coming out? Is that June? Because if that's June, that's going to be awesome. And I know there's 2 more Giallo sets coming out this year as well. April and May. April, I'm really excited about. As you guys know, I was iffy on May, but that's just me. That's just me, man. Yeah, that's the killer part about it. But it will be open again eventually. So we just got to, hopefully, fingers crossed. It's a great time for physical releases we've come out now. What I'm really excited about in April is that Giallo box set. I've only seen the outside, so I'm kind of stoked to see what the inside covers are going to be for those 3 Giallos. Because these are 3 Giallos. Like as far as I know, I don't think I've seen any of those 3 Giallos. So these Giallos are going to be totally new to me. So that's like that's going to be, and I have no idea what the covers of these are going to be like. Like what are they going to use, like the poster art? What was the poster art like? I've actually not looked online. And if they do put up what the covers are going to be like, I'm just not going to look. People need to stay home so we can get our releases. Well, I'm not sure if staying home is going to make us get our releases or not. But yeah, I haven't had mail in a couple of days now. Hopefully my mailman isn't out with the virus. Can't even say it online, you know. You get dinged and stuff. Three people claiming, Blood Beach will be excellent. Yeah, my dad, one of the first movies that he ever saw on VHS, and he saw it in theater too, by the way, was Blood Beach. Not a great film, but a fun film. And it has one of the great covers of all time. the girl going to like, pretty much kind of jaws going down there. Scared to, me too. Me too. I know that they're cutting down post office hours, so getting stuff is going to be a little different now. I'm not sure about you, Emily, but I get a lot of some of my stuff comes from post office, but a lot of my stuff comes from FedEx or UPS type of thing. Now some of that gets farmed to the post office as well once it gets here, but I get a lot of stuff like from FedEx trucks and stuff like that. So still, it's going to really depend on how they're going. Priority mail, priority shipping to, I'm not sure if Severn does their priority shipping. I do know that Vinegar Syndrome is usually pretty fast. So once your stuff ships out from Vinegar Syndrome, and it's going to probably ship out from their Ontario warehouse. That's where it's going to ship out from. Hey Dungeon, then you should get it fairly fast. We just need to know exactly when it's coming out. The problem isn't so much the getting it shipped out. The problem is basically making sure that everything's already made at this point. So are the boxes already made? Is everything put into the packaging? Is that already done? If it's not and things are shut down, that's what's going to take the longer amount of time. Twilight Time is super fast, man. I got to say, their packages come, I was nervous the first Twilight Time package I got because he said like, oh, we got it from Screen Archives. And it was like a big, like red, like box came on the screen. I was like, if we don't do this, we may not get this. So I said, like, okay, am I actually going to get this package? But they came like, really, really quickly. Amazon Women. Oh, that is a cool one, man. Let me know what you think about that one, because I really like that film. The Seven Bloodstained Orphans tonight from 88 Films. Yeah, like the UK stuff is slowing down. I ordered a Doc True box set. It's out of print now, actually. That's coming out, next month or the month after, I think. But I'm nervous that it's going to end up getting canceled on me, or because they've canceled some like international orders. And if they cancel this order, I can't get it again. It's already out of stock. So it's a doc, and it's Tom Baker. So hopefully they don't cancel it. Do you have any sloppy made action or horror films? What do you mean like sloppy made? Like kind of like cheaply made, or kind of like? Because I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Like, give me an example. 1 month delay from Amazon. It's only 1 week. Yeah, because I'm going online and it's like, you can get this movie by, like, wait a minute, that's 3 weeks from now. That's not. Cannibal Ferox always gets like, when they go on cannibal movies, I have that in my collection. I haven't seen it for ages because I'm not a big cannibal like fan lover. But they have like, but I know that usually gets better ratings than most of the cannibal films. Did you go for the 101 Films edition? Oh, cheaply made. Okay, terrible types. Yeah, I'll probably do somewhere here. You mean like the old, like kind of like the Richard Norton, like maybe some Cynthia Rothrock stuff, or the Don the Dragon Wilson. Definitely is into the cheaply made stuff. I don't have enough of them. I do have a few. I love that type of film. I love the lower budget action films. So yeah, and Nemesis. I got the Nemesis collection from MVD Rewind, which is super cool, by the way. Olivier Grenier is in the first one, and I think it's Sue Price in 2, 3, and 4, and in 5, but 5 never came out from MVD Rewind. So yeah, I got a few of them. Yeah, it's a cool one, actually. It's got a nice little booklet, definitely a cool release. And they got all those, like, the bonus, like, after you watch the film, watch the cutout skits, because they're actually skits that are cut out. And they're not like just like a part of another skit that's cut out, but actual full skits that were cut out. Do I have any bootlegs? I used to back in the day when starting out. I don't so much anymore. I do have one though. You want to see it? You want to see the most hilarious bootleg that I ever got? And I got this from I went to somebody's house and I was buying a bunch of movies from their house. And they had this one like I think like bootleg somewhere from Asia, I guess like China or Japan. So I'm not sure where. My kids would know, but it was a bootleg for CSI, and it is fantastic. Hold on, I'm not joking. So when I saw this, even though everything else he had was legit, I had to pick this up too. So this is a CSI bootleg, okay? And it is seasons 1 to 7, 56 discs. So here it is right here. It is massive, by the way. A City to Die For. Crime solving just got a facelift. Crime always has a price somebody's got to pay. But let me take a second and read you the back of the box. Okay, first, this is, everybody's familiar with CSI, right? This is the original CSI. Inside the box, I'll open it up for you guys. I'm sure anybody's ever seen this before. It's the original CSI, all first 7 seasons. Here's Horatio Kane, a former homicide detective, heads a group of investigators who work crimes amid the steamy tropical surroundings and cultural crossroads of Miami. No, that's not on here at all. This is the original CSI. That's a description for CSI Miami. Now, when it gets down to the cast list, Columbia Pictures presents a Warwick Avalav production. Richard Widmark, Sidney Poitier, Russ Tamlin, Rosanna Sciamfi, Oscar Homolka in The Medallion, co-starring Jackie Chan, Lee Evans, Christy Chung, produced by Irving Allen, directed by Gurdon Chan. So there you go. That's the bootleg that I got. And, and it is. Was I wrong? Is that not hilarious? Some of the songs, the signs in the background. It is a cool. It's a cool. And movies I've restored on external hard drives. I don't normally. I got some stuff still that if it's not available, I don't have anything stored that's available to buy, unless. Oh, actually, I do. And that's a lie, because I handbrake some of my stuff when I was transferring over here to like copies that I own myself. But not a lot like stored on external hard drives. Most of them are like in the, I guess in the cloud. I guess you call it. Like I got a few, like maybe a dozen or so from iTunes. I have some old external hard drive ones, like some. I can't tell you what they are, but yeah, I got a few. Probably about a couple terabytes worth of stuff that's not available yet. Every time I get something, it comes out, then I'll buy it, and then sometimes I'll delete it, sometimes I'll keep it. Depends on if that has extra features that aren't there. Like it's like the soundtrack's different. Like a lot of the TV shows. Happy Days had the soundtrack completely changed. Most anticipated release of Dawn of the Dead. That looks amazing. 1 kilogram, have 8 discs, and 3 CDs. The CD soundtracks are what excites me on this one, actually. Like I've got a lot of like, you know those movies where they'll do like different edits of the films, or they'll put like the most complete edits, or like kind of work prints and stuff like that. I got a few of those over the years. I was able to find like a few of those. That's the type of stuff that interests me when it comes to like stuff on my hard drive. I was like the super geek when it came to that stuff. Like my better half knew Napster and all that stuff, and I was like, I can't use Napster. No. Favorite least favorite covers. That's a good one, actually. guys just we couldn't release this complete TV box with clear CD soft plastic folders inside. But see, I don't. I gotta say, it's the sturdiest friggin' like it's bootleg. It's the sturdiest box set, like you can imagine. Like, God, it's so full of dirt and dust right now. But look, listen to this. Do you have any Time Life series stuff? I do actually. I have one I'm really, really proud of actually. I walked into a pawn shop one day, and they had the Time Life complete $6 Million Man collection there. And what took me all of 2 seconds to pick that up, make sure everything was okay in the collection, and buy that immediately. I had like some seasons of the $6 Million Man. It's one of my favorite shows growing up when I was a kid, right? But to get that Time Life collection of $6 Million Man, yeah, hands down. Planet Earth, I have Planet Earth 2 on the 4K, and I got Planet Earth, the original one, on Blu-ray. I don't have the 4K edition of Planet Earth. I think the Retro did that one afterwards, but I'm not quite sure. And I got the other kind of the Planet Earth, the one that he did with Robert Redford doing the voice. I had Bionic Woman. I don't have the Time Life edition of that, though. I don't know if there was a Time Life edition. But I do have the Bionic Woman, because I actually got the Bionic Woman before I got the $6 Million Man. It came out in my area before. I love Bionic Woman. I'm a fan of British comedy shows. I love British comedy shows. Only Fools and Horses, that's my favorite, by the way. Faulty Towers, Peep Show is really good. The In-Betweeners, the IT Crowd. Have you tried turning it on and off again? I grew up with Monty Python, the two Ronnies. I don't have to follow. Actually, yes, I do have one. That's a lie. I think I got a half season of Fall Guy here somewhere. But they did it like, I do have a season of Fall Guy. I liked it on the buses. I like that actually. But I found tried to watch on buses like a while back, and I find it doesn't like hold up as well as some of them do. Like Faulty Towers holds up. Monty Python holds up really well. On the buses, like it's more of a nostalgia feel than something that actually I feel like kind of holds up comedy-wise. But I think I got to be in the right mood for that type of stuff. Carol Burnett really needs a good lick set. Derek and Rodney, really? Lovely Jubbly. Laughing. There's a Laughing box set? I didn't know. I didn't know it was a Carol Burnett box set either. I was never into hee haw. Like my grandparents really liked it, but I was never a country music guy. And that was the thing. Like there's some cute girls and stuff on hee haw. I remember that. And there's like hee haw's the one where the guys are like kind of almost like Rowan Martin Laughing style, except they're in like in a cornfield type of thing, right? And they're kind of popping up and like telling jokes. That's hee haw, right? With the donkey. I'll be honest, I haven't seen a lot of that one. I do remember Men at Work. I saw it in theater actually. I think that was out. That was out for a while on Blu-ray. It was a double feature. I think it might have been Shout to put that out actually. Yeah, I do apologize. My knowledge of hee haw is very limited. See, that happened to me, Alan, with my better half was got me the Dark Shadows complete Dark series set, and she spent a bit of money on it too, and she got it come, and we thought, oh, this is fantastic, looks amazing. We started watching some of the stuff, was fantastic. Found out it was from different viewers. I didn't tell my better half at first because she spent a lot of money on it, and she that it was actually bootleg, and I think a year later I told her. But the good thing was it was a really good bootleg. And so it's probably one of the best sets I got in my collection. And so, wow, they did a great job with bootleg. Columbo is, I can watch Columbo any time of the day or night. Columbo and Murder, She Wrote. Those are two shows that I actually really enjoy. And yeah, Kubrick was right. Steven Spielberg did direct episodes of Columbo. He directed the first episode, actually. He did he started out doing like a lot of the TV stuff, did Columbo, he did Night Gallery, and of course the movie Duel was a TV film as well. But yeah, I can watch Columbo all day long. I love that show. Certain ones I watch over and over again. There's one, because I was a big soap opera fan, right? So there's one, I think it's in the 80s, and it has Ian Buchanan. If you don't know who that is, I don't know how to tell you. He was in like a lot of soap operas, General Hospital. He played Duke Lavery. He was on Twin Peaks. If you like Twin Peaks, he was on that show as well. You know him if you ever saw him. And anyway, so Deidre Hall from Days of Our Lives. Yeah, she was in it too. And basically, they ran this magazine together, and Columbo was sure he killed her. And I'm gonna give away a twist for this 1980s Columbo one. And then, yeah, exactly. Well, most of the time, then Greg Beecroft played the role, and then he retconned that. Big geek for that stuff. Anyway, so at the end of it, like, she comes back. She's not dead. And Columbo's like, oh, man. Like, but that's the plan. He wanted Columbo to think that she was dead, so Columbo would accuse him of murder, so that he could then murder her and get away with it. Brilliant plan. Of course, Columbo wins, but still, great episode of Columbo. It really stood out to me. Yeah, I do. I'm actually a huge fan, Brian, of super huge fan of Murder, She Wrote. I can watch. I'm like there's a channel on here called Pushing Up Roses, for instance. She does like a lot of Murder, She Wrote episodes, and I'm a huge Murder, She Wrote fan. So I do watch anytime I see one of her episodes that's about Murder, She Wrote. I gotta watch it because I am a big fan. Just go back, give it another try, Brian, because the guest stars, especially in the early episodes of Murder, She Wrote, it's insane the people that they got on that show. I love drawing room mystery type stuff. I grew up like reading Agatha Christie, slasher films. The reason I like slasher films in the first place wasn't because, oh, there's boobs in them. It was because I used to like the mystery slashers. The other stuff helped out too, but Bonanza and King Queens shows you'll never get tired of. I haven't watched a lot of King Queens like in the day when it was first on. Oh, Joe Diffie. I know that. See, that's country singer I know, and it is, rest in peace. But I don't know a lot of his stuff. But I have friends and family that actually like his work. I know some country music. I'm not like totally inane when it comes to country stuff. It's just I'm not like a big into that genre of music. Though I can probably rhyme off all the words to "Thank God I'm Country Boy." So there's that. Bonanza. I love Bonanza. I would love to have the complete series of Bonanza. What got me really excited was that the Gunsmoke is finally coming out on like a complete collection of Gunsmoke. That's going to be massive. I love Diagnosis Murder. But that's the thing. It's the first time you watch it, yes, it's about, like, shows like Murder, She Wrote and Diagnosis Murder are written in a way that it's not so much about, like, it's great guessing the killer the first time. That's fantastic. But what makes the shows rewatchable, what keeps the shows like that going around, is that the cast they have such like huge cast in those episodes, and they'll have like for instance, Diagnosis Murder specifically did a lot of what you call like stunt casting. So people from Mission Impossible, for instance, would come on to Diagnosis Murder, and there'd be people like and they had like a lot of different like actors, like not Columbo, but some different like detectives, like Mannix, for instance. The character Mannix actually came on an episode of Diagnosis Murder as himself, as Mannix, as the character Mannix. It's not like just figuring out the mystery for me. It's kind of like the fun of it. Bonanza's long. I think that's why. Less Than the Prairie wasn't that long of a series. It lasted a while, but not like that long. Bonanza was a massively long show. I do expect it now, if Gunsmoke sells well, and I hope a lot of us here are buying Gunsmoke, then yeah, then Bonanza's probably one of the ones that come up next. So keep an eye out for that. And if I find out, I will let you know. Okay, having that there, the dusty thing is driving me up the wall. I'll be right back. I have Alden McLeod, by the way, and I've got all the McMillan Wife too, which is another good show. Brian, I'm going to win you over on some of the stuff. You know that, right? I got you on Arrow. I'll get you on like Murder, She Wrote too. I have the complete Diagnosis Murder. Tell you what. Have an idea. You hated growing up. Do you know one of the reasons you hated growing up? Because your family, especially your older family, watched it. So you associate it with old people, and you associate it with like watching it with like your like it was an old people show. All right. Diagnosis of Murder. It's right here. It says massive setup here. Ran 12 seasons and some TV movies as well. I also have Matlock. The Avengers. And yes, The Complete Diagnosis of Murder. Which had one hell of a cast. And changed a lot over the many years that it was on. But I if I like a lot of like older shows, I tend to try to buy the complete sets whenever I can get them. For instance, I grew up watching Get Smart. It would come out in the afternoons when I was a kid. Of course, it was all in reruns because it was an old show from back in my father's day, but I got to see it too. Same with the original Lost in Space. Here's a badass show. Hawaii Five-0. Oh, really? Magnum is amazing. As you can see, I have all the Magnum, Starsky and Hutch, 21 Jump Street, spin-off show Booker, Magnum PI, Miami Vice. Whenever there's a show that comes out that I like, I try to eventually grab all of it. Like The Saint. Like there's the monochrome series, The Saint, and there's the color series of The Saint. Secret Agent Man I had to grab because, of course, I'm a huge fan of The Prisoner. I got that there, and even got the remake of The Prisoner as well. What did this package like in Diagnosis of Murder? I'll find out for you. Hold on. So let's look. So this is the Diagnosis of Murder box set. They're actually packaged pretty well, so as you can see. It's your favorite high show? They're not like packaged like in a spindle or anything like that. And aside from having the seasons in there, it also comes with the Diagnosis of Murder TV movie collection as well. I wish I had Barnaby Jones, man. I love Barnaby Jones. Which was only a 2 to set because there's only 4 movies. But I always try and grab anything like, especially fantasy oriented. I better have like fantasy. So we got like Tim Henson's The Storyteller. I'm not sure if anybody remembers this series. It didn't last a long time. But we grabbed that. I only had the first season of Fantasy Island. The Carol Burnett show somebody asked about. This is all I got. It's like just this set here, which I found at a Costco. And for people that can remember way, way back, this here is the first miniseries that ever came on TV, guys. It's called Rich Man, Poor Man. Great cast. Peter Strauss and Nick Nolte. He's kind of the... Don't be like that, Brian. Don't be a snob. You know you gotta like... You cannot not watch Rich Man, Poor Man. Literally the first dramatic miniseries ever. This was it. This is the one that started it all. There's a character on Days of Our Life, so what used to be on there, I think he's still on, called Patch, and he has he wears an eye patch, and it comes from this here. Do I have the Twilight Zone? Yes, I do. Where do I have that at? Probably in the other room. Actually, yeah, it's in the other room, the one I just came from. But yes, I do. I have the Twilight Zone, all the shows. I have the 60s, the 80s one, and I even have the now harder to find 2000s one. My cousin got me one of the shows I used to watch when I was a lot. Was the kid was Starman, the TV series. See, I'm okay with like coming in here and like showing you guys some stuff. One thing I'm super proud of, and I got this during a Black Friday, because this is one of my favorite shows of all time, is Mission Impossible, the original series. Let me see, 7 seasons, all 7 seasons. X-Files, I got Bewitched, Three's Company, Hogan's Heroes, the complete series. So yeah. And like a bunch of like British stuff as well. Not just British like comedy either. Also pick up like mystery stuff like Jonathan Creek. I like Jonathan Creek. The season that's probably missing, I would be guessing, is probably the long season. There's like one season of a Twilight Zone that was an hour long, and they had hour-long episodes. And for some reason, those don't tend to come into syndication as much as the other ones. Anyway, I just want to come in here for a second and show you guys a couple things, because I figured why not. And yes, I have all of the McMillan wives. See, McMillan wife. And you know what happened when the wife decided she wanted more money? Then it became McMillan. That happened, guys. That actually happened. She said, I deserve to be paid more. And they said, guess what? McMillan's wife is going to be in a plane crash. I'm not joking. That's what happened. And of course, Charlie's Angels, which I do need to upgrade to the Blu-ray because I'm a huge, huge Charlie's Angels fan. Just like Three's Company. Three's Company is even more vicious because they kept her on the show for like a year. And what they did was they had her film her scenes that she had to film because she was contractually obligated in a room away from the cast. Yeah, exactly. She just talked on the phone, and they didn't let her come in with the cast. They brought her in through like a separate door. They filmed her with the camera on their own, and I got brainwashed thinking, oh, that's right though, he's Stefano, right? Is he still Stefano? Is that still going on? He did a good job. I got to say, he did a good job. I saw some of that. WKRP. How was the music on that? That was my one concern. My cousin got that, actually, Dungeon. I was worried about the music on WKRP. Monsters was a good show. It was kind of like a spiritual spin-off from Tales from the Dark Side. And great work in it. I love the opening of it where the people are, the whole family is sitting around the TV to watch the show, and what they're watching are they're monsters, and they're watching it. But yeah, Dungeon, did they change the music in WKRP the same way that they did in Happy Days? Because I had the first season of Happy Days, and they changed some music in that. Do you remember What's Happening or the Jeffersons? Of course. I was a little young for What's Happening, so I saw it in reruns. But I remember Jeffersons moving on up and all that. But I got to see most of those shows in reruns. When I was a kid, I was pretty geeky. I stayed inside all the time. Monster Inside Telephone. I'm trying to remember that episode. See, my daughter has the complete series. They restored all the. See, now I want it. See, what I want is stuff that some of the shows I want are shows that nobody else on here want anyway. But I want the Colbys. Now that was a spin-off series from Dynasty. It actually only lasted 2 seasons, but it was insane. And I loved it. I love camp programming. That's why Riverdale and the new Dynasty series are 2 of my favorite shows, because they know exactly what they are, and they lean into it. And I love movies and TV shows that lean into that aspect of it. Mork and Mindy? Nanu. Yes. I was a huge Mork and Mindy fan. They got bad fast though when they got bad. Maude I loved. I was in love with Emily. I was totally in love with like Adrienne Barbeau. So right there. And of course I was a huge fan of All in the Family and Archie Bunker's Place. I watched both those as well. Kolchak the Night Stalker was amazing. I love that show. I know it was a Monster of the Week show, but it was my jam. I remember getting the VHS back in the day, and I used to have the DVD set. I don't have it anymore. But I love that show. I especially love, there was one episode called Chopper, and it was this like headless motorcycle driver. Recommend checking it out. It's really cool. And if you got the Night Stalker and the Night Strangler from Kino, the Night Stalker one, the vampire one, there actually is an episode of Kolchak the Night Stalker, the TV series, that is a continuation, kind of a sequel to the vampire episode, the vampire movie, The Night Stalker. So that's always cool checking it out. Oh yeah, X-Files will not be around if it was for Kolchak the Night Stalker. Dallas. Oh yeah, Dallas was cool with came stuff. Dallas originally started as like a episode miniseries, like and even into the second season, it was kind of like, it was continuous sort of, but it was more like one-off episodes. One episode, Lucy runs away and she gets in trouble, and Bobby's got to come and save her and stuff like that. But it was mostly like one episode type things. It was only, I think, around like late in the second season, early in the third season, that it became a continuing type of series. I was a huge fan of that growing up. Falcon Crest, like right out of the gate, because see, here's the thing: the rest of the shows came afterwards. So Dallas started all, then then there was Dynasty and Falcon Crest, Knots Landing, the Yellow Rose of Texas. A bunch of those came afterwards. I actually did my Walker Texas Ranger. Chuck Norris is insane in real life, but Walker Texas Ranger was a fun show. I actually don't mind there being a new Walker Texas Ranger. That'll be kind of fun. No, Dallas was the first of the batch when it comes to that type of stuff. Falcon Crest came a little bit later. David Selby was in Falcon Crest. Really good, actually. Am I going to buy Rad? It's $40-something here in Canada. Emily, I got the theme song to Another World stuck in my head right now. Did you watch? Like you're younger. You're 7 years younger than me. So when you watched Another World, there was no Mac at the time, right? Right? Was there? There was it was Carl by then, right? I like the Master. Lee Van Cleef was kind of sick at the time. So there was like a stuntman, like usually doing a lot of the work. That's why he would put on the ninja outfit. But it was a good way to give Lee Van Cleef some money, and it was just one of those fun shows. Yeah, Dynasty is Joan Collins. She came into it in the second season. They tried to make it more grounded in the first season. They realized that wasn't working. Second season, they brought in Joan Collins, and it came like big. So you got Mac and Rachel, and so you know the different Jamies and all that too, then, right? Because one of the guys that played Jamie, you're a horror fan, of course, acted in Friday the 13th Part 2. I always remember him. It's like the guy that played Jamie in the 80s was the guy that was in Friday the 13th Part 2. Oh, well, I just showed you the box set. I'm a huge Get Smart fan. My favorite episodes, I remember the one where the guy had the big fingernail, right? And it was poisoned. And there's this kind of electronic fly. And he actually, he cuts himself, he kills himself basically. Was it a Nick and Night? Yeah, we used to get it in the afternoons here in Canada. They'd put it on after. Are there any out of print screen that I wish I had? There are actually. One of the biggest that I wanted, don't laugh, was a movie called I, Madman. There's a few actually, but that one stands out right now. I'd have to go back and look at them, see which ones. Live action series of Spider-Man. Yeah, he had he's like me. He had he had allergies. So if you watch the early Spider-Man, he's got allergies and stuff like that. It's pretty cheesy. It's pretty fun. It wasn't if you'd ever seen the Bill Bixby and Incredible Hulk, and they came out at the same time. It's insane that both of those came out at the same time. And the Incredible Hulk is so more adult and so kind of serious with big actors, and it's really good, and it can be pretty intense. And Spider-Man is completely the opposite of that. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what they did with it. Miami Vice stands the test of time today. If you've never ever seen Miami Vice, you didn't grow up in the '80s, it doesn't matter, and you turned on an episode of Miami Vice tonight or tomorrow, that it would still look amazing because Michael Mann, created the series. He set up a template so that the show would look like a movie, and it did. It would look like a movie. It would sound like a film. It was slick. It was glossy. It's something that, even though it was very '80s, transcended its time period by just having such great actors and stuff in it. She did appear in a lot of cheesy horror films. Dynasty actually saved her career. Wasn't doing much at the time the Dynasty came out. Not just horror films. She did like some sexploitation films like Homework as well. She of course was in Empire of the Ants. I was a huge Dynasty fan and huge Joan Collins fan. Homework it's a horrible film, but Joan Collins was in it, and yeah. So Justice League on TV. Super Friends. You mean Super Friends in the '80s? Yeah, I got the complete Super Friends because I'm a big geek, so I have to have that. Juan Hammer did an amazing job on. It wasn't the last season, but he scored the first 4 seasons of Miami Vice. He didn't score the fifth. I'm not sure. VI has their own store on Amazon. At least they do on Amazon CA. So I find that you can buy VEI stuff, and tends to be expensive. But if you actually buy it from VEI's own store, it's actually cheaper. And they do a lot of stuff. Crux name's your favorite tune. They were just so good. I mean, Miami Vice is so ahead of its time, and to this day, I don't think there's many shows that can actually stand up the way that show really stands up. I'm like, I brought you into the secret room today. This has been a pretty cool episode, guys. So far I've got you. We've talked about the Scream Factory, how to print stuff. We slightly talked about my birthday, my amazing birthday. Super Train didn't last long, actually. Did it get past the pilot stage, Dungeon? I remember the pilot for Super Train because it was like a TV movie a week type thing. I didn't see the series. If that went into series, I didn't see. But I remember there's a few shows that I remember seeing pilots of that never made it to actual shows. Now there's shows that I was amazed that made it past the pilots, Automan and Manimal. They're on Black Thursday. But I remember seeing the pilot for Super Train. They probably went for a series, and I just didn't watch it at the time. I used to watch a lot. I mean, I watched Galactica, Battlestar Galactica, and Galactica 80. So I watched pretty much everything as a kid. I was a huge TV person. As much as I watch movies and stuff like that now, when I was a kid, obviously, I watched a lot of TV shows. And I would watch anything. Anything that you'd put on in front of me. Wonder Woman, I used to watch Wonder Woman. Actually, you know what? I didn't get into NYPD Blue originally. I like Sharon Lawrence and Kim Delaney, but initially it took me a while to get into NYPD Blue. I've got the first 2 seasons of it here now on DVD, and I plan on. I'm not sure if they put them all out. I don't think they did actually. So I'll pick up more as they come out and give it another shot. But initially, I wasn't a big NYPD Blue fan. There's no topic, so there's no reason to apologize for for saying for being on topic. I'm definitely still interested in doing a Western Stream with Jace. I haven't gotten to do any stream stuff in a while. How do we do that now? Because we had a way to do it before, and YouTube changed. It's like Roddy Piper. Just when we think we got it all straightened away, YouTube changes all the rules on us. Kind of like the Love Boat on Rails. I did watch Friends and Frasier. They're both really good. They both kind of stand the test of time for me. Same with Seinfeld. I think Seinfeld's good, but some of them just don't. I just don't find them funny anymore, like certain ones. Depends on the episode that I'm watching. Me and Jason, I'm going to do that for almost half a year. And by the way, just so you know, the reason that the Western live stream hasn't been done is 110% Scalder, my fault and not Jace's, because Jace was basically just waiting on me. And if he got like fed up and didn't want to do it because I took so long, I completely understand that. I completely own the that because I was the person behind the lagging on getting that done. Thanks to him, we got the James Bond one done, and hopefully, if he doesn't hate me too much for taking so long, we'll eventually get the Western one done as well because it'll be really fun. I will always be bluntly honest on my faults when it comes to this here. Uh, it can be a bit hard sometimes. That's why I'm taking my time when it comes to the stuff. Like I said, I mentioned that here before, and I'll say it again. I do plan to supplement this with the podcast eventually down the road. They're super fun. Like I love doing collabs. I got turned off collab videos for a while because I had some bad experiences on here, which I won't get into because I don't like talking about YouTube drama stuff. But I did have a few bad experiences. I will eventually. I haven't seen Jace here in a while, actually. Uh, I gotta like seriously apologize to him first. I don't know who CP is. Who is CP? Uh, maybe I do, and I just don't. I'm sorry. I was going to be watching certain movies, but they're not going to be here on time. So is there anything I'm going to watch for my birthday? I don't know. I mean, I'm working, so I'll be I'll probably be working in like I'll be playing Pokemon for the in the day. Uh, I am going to try and do a birthday stream. Uh, but uh, but I'm not quite sure yet. Good question. I want to watch something different. I kind of want to watch something like Scream Factory or Severin. That's or maybe Vinegar Syndrome. One of those three companies. That's where I'm leaning towards. I don't have a movie yet, but when I do, I'll let you know. Who Willis Screedia. I remember like oh okay I don't know like his stuff that well. Um, I remember wasn't there some kind of like drama thing going on with that? Uh, I, and I try to stay away from that. Maybe it's the wrong person. Maybe I'm not thinking of somebody else. But I kind of remember like him and another YouTuber that didn't get along or something like that. Or maybe it got blown out of proportion. Like I don't keep up on this stuff, obviously. Like I see most of your guys' stuff, and sometimes it takes me a while to see that. But oh, part four of the horror collection that's coming soon. So that was the X Files. I like the X Files, though I completely get it. It's always drama on YouTube. I want to stay out of the drama stuff nowadays. Do you have any 80s vintage video game consoles? Yes, a lot of them. I have a Super NES. I've got a Nintendo 64. I have a GameCube. The 80s ones. I got Atari, a Genesis, and yeah, and I got I got Atari and Genesis. I eventually I'll grab a television one down the road. Yeah, it's like the drama stuff. It's some people really get into it. I think some people kind of thrive on it. Not me. It's just so. There's a reason I keep my stuff like pretty lighthearted on my channel. Because I figure you get enough of that stuff in your own lives. You don't want that here. But I don't know. That could be a totally wrong person. I don't know if I've seen any of the CP stuff. I think I have seen like a couple of his videos, like early on, a couple years back. But I'll check it. The one with him and Jace, definitely. Dave Duchovny left. I went back. See, I went out like a while in X Files. I kind of started watching on and off. Then Dave Duchovny left, and I think it was Robert Patrick came on it. And so I went back again to watch after because I wanted to see what Robert Patrick was going to be like because I like the actor. But for me, I was more into the Monster of the Week stuff for the X Files. I didn't really care about the mythology episodes. So when they did stuff about mythology and like the kind of like these continuing episodes type of thing, I didn't really get into that as much. I preferred like the Flukeman episodes as opposed to like the Black Isle and stuff like that. And it was and the way his sister disappeared was utterly ridiculous in my opinion. In case you didn't watch X Files, here's spoiler alert. Fairies got her. Okay, that's a thing. Greatest add to your collection. There'll be another collection video coming up soon. I don't have a lot left on that row there, but I got a few more on the DVDs, and we'll be doing some. We're going to the Blu-ray as well when it comes to the horror stuff. So a lot more to do. 2600 is great. At Game Sega. I got an At Games here. I got a couple At Games here actually. Oh, what does not sound good? Did I miss out on something? Did I say something wrong? Oh, the fairy thing. Yeah, that's look it up. Basically, she's kind of taken, but she's actually living with the smoking man, and she goes out in this field or something like that, and there's like kind of these fairies and take her. Got the bad one. That happens. That totally happens. Have a great birthday, Emily. I hope you never did tell me what you got for your birthday. Come on my birthday. Come back here if I do a video and let me know what you got on yours. I'm actually very interested in finding out. Have a great birthday night. Now with that being said, it's that time again, guys, to make like a slightly shorter video because it's almost my birthday. And I want to be able to spend a bit of that time with my better half before she goes to sleep because she's not feeling well. So, I am Aaron. This is my movie library. You guys had the call to cinema. You guys rock. And for me right now, it is 110% time for tea. And yes, I do remember The Lone Gunman. I actually have that. It only lasted one season. It works so much better as like characters on the X-Files as opposed to their own show. Millennium I liked, but it was totally unbalanced. Have a great evening, guys. And next time I see you, I'll be a year older.